Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Finding Help with Special Needs. My name remains Lola Aneke. Before I begin with today's topic, I'd like to apologize to everyone regarding the technical glitch we experienced while we were on social media. Um, I think it's because of the rain here in Abuja, because I'm connected to two different internet service providers and they are just both messing up. But I choose to be indifferent about that. So let's go on with today's topic. Today's topic I've titled It's Never Too Late to Start. But before I go on with today's topic, I would like to do a quick recap on what we talked about last week. So last week we talked about do not throw them away, and we said I addressed parents, friends and families, the society, our religious homes, and our schools that because we do not know what to do doesn't mean we have the right to throw these children away. And there are several ways we can throw them away by not just being mindful of them. So in our classroom, we could sign up to provide any form of accommodation or modification of our curriculum. That's a way of throwing them away. I talked about parents, the reasons why they might literally throw away their children or just terminate the pregnancy, having realized that their children might be born with a form of disability or the other. We talk about the different stages they go through, particularly the denial stage, and totally why they could just throw away their children. And then we talked about ways they could help their children. Today, I'll be talking about it's never too late to start. If you missed out on what we talked about last week, please check out my YouTube um, page, and then you find all that you need to learn about what happened and what we talked about last week. So today, I will also again be talking to parents. But the truth is that parents are the one that feel the pain the most. This day, it's more real. Whatever the disability is more real to them than any other person. So I'll first be talking to parents. I'll be talking to the friends and families of individuals living with disabilities. I'll be talking to our school system. I'll be talking on how it's never too late to start or to begin. I'll be talking to our religious organizations. I'll be talking to the society, the Nigeria, and the government as a whole. So today, let's begin. I wanted to start with a story about myself, and it just relates to special needs and why it's never too late to begin. So when I finished secondary school and I needed to further my education at the university, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, but I knew that being a medical doctor or a lawyer or an engineer was the in thing then. So if you're not a doctor, any of those professions, the society frowns at you. So your parents keep telling you, everybody around you keep telling you, oh, you're good, you're in science class, you need to be a doctor. So after taking JAM first and second attempts, my cutoff mark was not at par with what was needed to be a medical student at the university. So I decided to opt for special, no, for science lab tech, sorry. I began science lab tech first year, second year. By the second year, I knew I wasn't cut out for science lab tech. I realized that I wasn't finding fulfillment in what I was doing. So I gave it up and started all over as a social science student, and I studied sociology for my first degree. When I was done with my first degree, I knew I needed to do something more. And because naturally I found myself in a school environment most of the time, and I realized that I was always so bubbly when I'm in a school environment, I decided to go for special education for my graduate course. So I studied special education in the United States as my second degree, which is my master's degree. And I'm so glad that at the point I changed my line of study, I never thought of it being too late. I said to myself that it's okay to start. It's never too late to start. And I'm so thankful to God today that I am where I am now because I've been able to make a lot of difference in the lives of many individuals living with disability here in Nigeria, in Abuja, even in the United States, because I taught a lot of children over there too. But imagine if I'd said, oh no, time is against me, I'm getting older, I don't want to go back to school, I don't want to start afresh. I wonder where I'll be now. I'm so thankful to God that I'm able to fulfill destiny, to change lives, to impact lives, to train other people, to provide support, to train parents to provide support for their children living with disabilities. And then I would like to tie it back to the topic we are talking about today, that it's never too late to start. It's never too late to start. So for parents of individuals living with disabilities, most time they find themselves stuck in a stage of denial. So the child, you realize the child is living with a form of disability or the other, and then you are at the stage of no, it's not me. The child is just slow. The child would catch up. The school is misinterpreting my son. His friends are not just patient enough and all that. So they remain at that stage for so long. I've seen children being brought to us for intervention, age of 8 and age of 9, and when they're like, oh, I hope it's not too late. I just say to them, it's never too late to start. Look, as long as we do something, it's better than us not doing anything at all. And we've seen a lot of progress in these children also. So as parents, it's never too late for you to seek for help for your child, for that professional help, for that early intervention center, for that inclusive school for your child. Don't say, oh, I've wasted too much time, therefore there's nothing that can be done. We see how people living in that address saying, look, my child is already 19, is already 30, there's nothing that can be done. There's still something that can be done. So please do not remain there, and it's never too late for you to begin to find help and support for that child. It's also never too late for you as a parent to decide to go for a training that could help your child. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of parents walking up to you to get enrolled in one of our courses or some of our courses, because they believe that if they get equipped, they will know better ways to help their children. It's never too late for you to also be a part of what is going on with your child at the center, at the early intervention center, at the inclusive school. You want to be that parent that just sits back and then just feel that your child is in safe hands. Yes, they may be in safe hands, but your own participation in what is going on also matters. So the more you get to know about what's going on, the more you provide support. For most of our kids at the Cadet Academy and the Due Jobs Community Center for Special Needs, most of the children that have done so well are those children who their parents are very much involved. They ask questions, they read through the daily report, they know what's going on and how best to help their children. So as a parent, it's never too late to do that. Another thing that's never too late to do is to seek for help. Sometimes you need to be in the right frame of mind. You need to also take a deep breath. Sometimes you get burnt out helping your child. So it's never too late to begin to help your child living with disability. So you need to know how to get to help your child by trying to find help, to help your child. It's never too late to do that. So that's for parents. Now to talk about the school system, let's just move to the friends and families of individuals living with special needs. It's never too late for you to realize when to reach out to this parent and ask if you could take the child out to the park or to watch movies, or to just try and give the mom or the father or the parent of that child time to take a deep breath and just rejuvenate and we regain the strength back. So we, being the friends and family of these individuals, we could decide that, okay, look, every Sunday afternoon between the hours of 2 and 6, I'm going to take this child away from the parent and see how I can help the child while the parent gets some rest or try to just have their own free time, because taking care of this child over and over every day get them burnt out. I had this parent at our center that I was talking to the other day. She was looking so tired, and when I spoke to her, she said, look, I'm a single mom and I have to be with this child every time, and sometimes I need my own time. And I said to her, look, it's okay for you to ask for help. Talk to your mom, talk to your brother, talk to a trusted friend who can take this child away for a while you just take this 1 hour or 2 hours sleep, or a day sleep, or a day off, just to get your strength back. So on the other side, we can also do that for our friends, our families, our cousins, our nephews who have children living with disabilities, just for them to find the strength back so that they can move on the next day with a child. Even as friends and family, it's never too late for us to think of taking up a training too. I remember there's a book I always recommend to most parents. with children living with disabilities. It's called Out of My Mind. In that book, one thing that helped the mother of that child was that she had a neighbor who understood what she was going through. So every Saturday or thereabout, she just takes this child and tries to see where she can help the child by teaching him self-help skills, reading skills, communication skills, while the mother do other things and attend to other children. So looking at that and how, because it's actually a true life story, and the mother actually gave credit to this neighbor of ours who helped her at that time of need. So for us as friends and families, the little thing, I mean, one of the little things we could do to help these individuals and these families is to be there for them and to support them. So we could go for trainings just to, even if you feel you cannot carry out what you've learned, you can also pass the information down to the parents. So those are ways that friends and families could help these individuals, and it's never too late to begin to do that. Don't say, oh, I've not been doing it in time past, so it's already late, it's no more relevant. It's always relevant, because these individuals will always have needs. Now let's go to the schools. It's never too late to begin early intervention support. It's never too late to begin inclusive education in our various schools. Now, inclusive education goes beyond just having a shadow or having a teacher watching the child while other kids are doing other things. It also involves us um, I mean, having accommodation and modification. So it's never too late for us to begin such practices for these children. It's never too late for us that have gone for training, as teachers that have gone for trainings, and we're not already practicing what we are taught to do with these children, thinking, oh, it's too much, or I don't have that kind of time. For me, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. So if you think that you want to be a teacher, you cannot say, oh, I'm only a teacher to just neurotypical children. You're also a teacher to every child you meet. So that information, that knowledge you have, it's never too late to begin to practice and to begin to help and to support that child living with disability under your care. For school owners, please, it's never too late for you to think of ways you can provide support to your teachers. Look for ways you can modify the curriculum. Look for ways you can support and reward them for doing the best they can for individuals living with disabilities in their care. Now, for our religious homes, for our church, for our mosque, for our different churches, it's never too late for us to have like a support system for this parents living with children with disabilities. So we've always heard it, oh, I'm not going to church today. People stare at me. People think I'm not doing the right thing for my child. It's never too late for us to bring them in. I know there's some churches that have like after church, they call it cell unit, where you meet together in different homes. It's never too late for us to hear them speak about their challenges so that we can know how to support the parents. It's never too late for us to seek for professionals that will train our Sunday school teachers so that they can provide support for all children and not just neurotypical children. It's never too late for us to ask that they come share what they're going through, because sometimes you have somebody in the congregation that might even know what to do on how to help the children, but because they don't know that these parents are going through what they're going through, and they just keep to themselves. After all, our religious homes are supposed to be our support unit. There's no better place for us to open up as to who we are, where we'll not be judged, than our religious homes. So our imams, our pastors, we need to be open to the reality of what these individuals are going through. I remember last year, I remember Reverend T.D. Jakes was, they lit it up blue in their churches. They had little children talk about what autism was and all of that. These are some of the ways that you can make these individuals and these families feel wanted and feel accepted in our churches. So it's never too late for us to look for those trainings. It's never too late to have this a special classroom. Not as if we're trying to, segregate them. Some of them they don't do well with noise. Some of them don't do well with crowd. We can have that little accommodation for them, and it's never too late for us to begin that. Now let's go to the society. It's never too late for us to know the right word to use to address these individuals. It's wrong for us to call them imbeciles. These are human beings. They were they were conceived the way we were conceived. They were born the way we were born. They are first human before the disability. So why would you address a fellow human being as an imbecile? Why would you address a fellow human being as a moron? It is not good. It is wrong. It's derogatory. These are human beings first. How about we learn the words to use, as opposed to calling a person living with intellectual disability and a moron? So someone living with Down syndrome, as opposed to saying moron or or you call them derogatory names, you find the right word. Thank God for Google. It's never too late for us to Google the meaning of the right word to use. We always prefer to use the person first language. So you say the person living with intellectual disability as opposed to saying a moron. You say the person living with autism as opposed to saying autistic, because normally when you say autism, you look at the autism before the child. It's also good to use the right word for such individuals. So Google those right words, Google the signs you're seeing, and see the appropriate word to use for these individuals. So it's never too late for us as a society to accept them for who they are. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of success stories about individuals living with disabilities. And if the society in the world they begin, so in developed worlds, they see them as they have the right to whatever any individuals a neurotypical individual has too. So you see these individuals graduating as lawyers, you see them graduating as um different professions. The one I've seen is the lawyer. I've seen some of them working at the cafe. I've seen some of them being runway models. So if their own society had not accepted them for who they are, I wonder where and how they will be right now. So in our country, Nigeria, we need to start accepting these people. It's okay. It's never too late for us to begin to accept them for who they are and appreciate them for who they are right now. Also, we are so thankful to the government for the disability bill that has been passed. It's never too late for us to now begin to implement. Yes, we say we'll be giving it like 5 years to begin, but in our own little ways, in our as human as members of the society, let's begin to show empathy. Let's begin to show love. Let's begin to show acceptance. It's never too late for us to begin to show love, empathy, support to these individuals. So, in all I'm saying that I've said all together today is that it's never too late to accept individuals living with disabilities as parents, as schools, as families, as friends, as individuals, as the society, as Nigerians. It's never too late for us to accept these individuals. Till I speak with you again next week, I remain yours truly, Lola Aneke, on Finding Help with Special Needs. Thank you for tuning in, for watching, and have a blessed and fruitful week. Bye.